What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, my people? This is Guy Ray coming to you live all the way from here. Where's here, right? Cheer! And we got who? Coach G is in the house.
What's
Everybody
happening,
say,
people? How we
we
doing? We
said,
got round two coming up.
get ready, get ready, get ready. We're gonna get ready, get it going, man. Hey, Coach G, before we get started, man, tell the people what's going on. How was your day? You give them some some inspirational because when we jump into this thing, it ain't gonna be nice.
Hey, listen, man. We talked a little bit earlier, man, and my day has actually been great because it's been a day of just kind of giving back. I put in a lot of good work today. In regards to it being somewhat inspirational, right? It is beautiful when enough work gets put in that everything you do is connected to your passion.
Hey,
This
man.
is this is a great space to be in, man. It's a great space to be in.
Oh, how's my day? I'm glad you asked. I had a great day, sir. Marvelous. A lot of y'all don't know I have the Exodus Life Change Pod program is where I franchise out our program of shared living facilities across the country and independent living. One, we have a powerful franchise owner, JAC Colorado, out of New Orleans, Louisiana, or Kenner, Louisiana, whichever one you want to lose, whichever one. He just secured our 20 unit apartment complex.
Oh man.
Also, we have five 3-bedroom duplexes. And he wanted to get some other stuff, but I said, no, slow down. Let's get this thing going because
Uh-huh.
I'm excited. This new year is bringing us some stuff in New Jersey, Tennessee, and
That's awesome, man.
other areas. So I had a really great day today. My wife, a lot of y'all don't know, my wife is in the 21-day skill nursing facility. She's actually coming around. But I got to be honest with you, man. I'm looking at these nursing facilities, man, before we jump into this thing. And, and I want to say this, anybody that's listening, if you don't have a passion to work in a nursing facility, don't take the job. Don't be a CNA and dealing with people's loved ones and you just there for a paycheck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the place I'm at, they're renovating everything, but I'm advocate. I'm there for my wife. I'm on top of everything. But it's a lot of people in there that don't have the same advocacy that my wife has.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to throw that out there because uh, and I'm somewhere down the road, I'm gonna start dealing if this particular place don't get better, which is it's a good place, but it can be better.
Mhm.
Then I'm going to have to do what I have to do on Ray's
Mhm.
Corner Live.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm just going to
Mhm.
have to do what I have to do on
Mhm.
Ray's Corner Live. So guess what, guys? Guys, listen. What's going on Ray's Corner Live today? What is going on Ray's Corner Live today with Coach G? Let me tell you. Today, are you ready for this? We're going to be talking about something every man is chasing. But very few men have actually defined for themselves success.
That's right. That's right.
So let me share this with you. Most of us were taught that success means money, position, hustle, looking like we got it all together. I'm gonna say it again. Most of us, meaning men, we're talking to men tonight, meaning men. Our success is based on the money. Our success is based on position. And Coach G, slow me down sometime because I just get to dropping, going so fast, and my words be stuttering. So say every now and then, say, hey, yo, Silk, slow down. But here's the truth. This is the truth. There are a lot of men who look successful on the outside and are broken, exhausted, and disconnected on the inside. So today we're going to challenge that definition. This isn't about motivation. This isn't about grinding harder. This isn't about redefining what winning really looks like for a man. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. If success costs you your peace, your health, your integrity, or the people closest to you, then it's not success. It's a loss. It's a loss wearing a good outfit. So
You,
we're gonna ask you three questions today.
hey, real quick, you
Go
got
ahead, jump in, jump in. Go ahead. No,
so.
go.
Listen, this is a great topic. This is a great topic here, right? And we're going to unpack a lot of parts of this, but I love how you started into this because there are two things that you mentioned. I'm gonna pick on you a little bit, but just it's just going to be a little bit. It's just going to be a little bit. But one thing that I think it's important because there's a lot of men coming. Sorry about that. There's a lot of men coming to this stream right now, right? And as they're coming into this stream, they're coming in with a lot of different backgrounds, and success looks different in a lot of different spaces. Like that's just listen. If we were having a real conversation right now, I would wager to say most black households do not know how to define success, but they do know how to define how to be better than, how to receive something, what is needed in terms of what they think is. Now, when we clear away a lot of these preconceived notions about what success is, what we actually look at is that success is not this necessarily higher place of living, but it's what allows us to start living, sorry about that, brother, in a normalized way, right? It allows us to live in a way that becomes normal, that we can start having some of the normal interactions. We tell ourselves, hey, look, we got to have the bank account, we got to have the money, we got to have the woman, we got to have the kids, we got to get the great job, we got to have the retirement package. And we say all of that just to actually begin to enjoy life. Everything you just mentioned, man, one of the biggest things you mentioned about the cost of success that we have somehow began to adopt is that somehow success has to cost peace. As if these two things, I'm sorry about that, brother. Let me get rid of this piece here. But as if these two things can't somehow coexist together, right? They tell us that success is something that can't coexist along with peace. When in reality, those two things couldn't be further from the truth, right? The true meaning of success is what we get to enjoy in a space of having peace. So I just wanted to touch on that, man. The only thing I was going to beat up on you about before you beat up on me about my poor camera. But the only thing I was going to beat up on you about, though, sir, is that you started this call. And again, everybody here heard him. So it's not like I'm making any of this up. He started this call saying a problem. Actually, correction. He began this call discussing how he's a problem solver. And then he went into an area of the problem. And even just as I get a chance to just learn more about you, one of the great areas of your success is that you are a problem solver, right? So when we begin to define these things, that supersedes you being the husband, that supersedes you being the dad, that supersedes you being the leader of Exodus New Life and being able to have all these addiction sober at home facilities that are present right now, greater than you being the CEO of all of this. At the end of the day, you're a problem solver. Right, so I just want to kind of throw that in. Let's go ahead. We got some time, baby. We're going to jump in the rest of these questions here and unpack this a bit here, brother. But I didn't want to let that slide away without us allowing the men who are coming in here to take a moment to just say, how and where did I get my definition of
Mm.
success? Like, we're going to talk about what success is, but the men who are watching this, pause the video, pull out pen and paper, and really write down what you think is success, what you think success is, and write down where you got that from.
And let me tell you, listen, Lord, listen, listen. I'm going Brother George be killing me. That brother off the chain. I'm so happy he my co-host. Boy, I just love you, brother. So listen, guys, this was the deal. We're gonna ask three questions today, tonight, or whenever you see this live, right? Well, if you see it later, it won't be live. It'll be recorded. But whenever you see this thing, right? see. Not we're not gonna ask some surface level questions. The questions that we're gonna ask is gonna force you to take a look at who you're becoming, not just what you're building. Oh my God. Who you becoming and not just what you're building. Now, if you're a man who wants more than applauses, if you want stability, if you want clarity, if you want purpose, listen, stay right here, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that notification button so you know when me and Coach George is on. So let's get into this thing because understand this. Most men were handed a definition of success that they never chose.
Mhm.
Money, status, hustle, control. And yet many men who made it, who made it, Coach G, are exhausted, disconnected, angry, and empty. And I'm gonna
Mhm.
stop right there. You know how I know? Because I was exhausted, disconnected, angry, and empty. Because the definition of success, the definition of masculinity was something that God never intended me to follow after. So in this
Mhm.
episode, the challenges that your achievements equal success. We're going to replace that with a definition that measures alignment, responsibility, and impact. See, success isn't about looking powerful, it's about being solid. So here's our first question. And you know, I got to give it to Coach George because I can't answer none of these questions because they too deep for me. I'm not. I'm going to give him a shout out because he is having an unpaid internship. So I want to say it before he say it. Okay, here's our first question.
You can't steal my tagline. That's all I got. That's all I got.
Here we go. Coach G, watch this. If everything you built disappeared tomorrow, who would you still be?
Man, that question right there, brother. There was a point in time if I got asked that question, I would tell you I'm nothing.
Mm,
I would tell you that I am nothing. And here's when I got the answer to this question. And I'm gonna say this for the men right now because this is the space that you are trying to either avoid or you're trying to hurry up and get out of. And the place that really allowed me to know and learn my identity and my real definition, brother, it was rock bottom. Rock bottom. When all the facade went away, when George didn't have another excuse, didn't have another quick story to tell somebody, didn't have a quick way to pay out of something, didn't have a quick hustle to be able to do to get something done, when the facade of who I was, right? The and not saying that there weren't aspects of me still in that. But when it all did go away and you didn't see like the great dad, or you don't see the husband, or you don't see this guy that's living a particular way, in that moment, and when people left me, right? That's when I really had a chance to figure out who the hell is George Morning. And here's what I found out to answer your question, man. When all of that went away, what I found out was that at number one, I'm imperfect. I can't tell you how key that was because when I was floating on cloud nine, figuratively and literally in some cases, you couldn't have told me that I not only was perfect, but that I was I was pretty much immortal at the exact same time, right? Like you couldn't have told me that there was a kink in my armor at that point in time. It didn't exist for me, like not the trajectory that I was headed on right now. So the first big thing for me to get to that humbling space was recognizing that I was imperfect. Here's the great part about being imperfect: I get to still be a work in progress. The problem with most men seeking success is that you view that as completion. You view that as your body of work is now done because I have blank. I was the same way. I thought because now I'm a husband, check. Dad, check. Gainfully employed, check. Got the car, check. Got the home, check, 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 check. Well, listen, when all that went away and I thought I was complete, I said, there's nothing left to do. I got the degree. Hey, I'm chilling. I'm good to go. When all that went away, I was imperfect, but that also led me to know that I'm always still going to be a work in progress. And here's the piece that took me a long time because I thought it was so facetious. I thought it was such a almost sarcastic kind of tongue-in-cheek statement because I never understood the power of this statement. I am the child of God. Like, I want to give real context to that because for some people, when they hear that, if you're like me in that space, it seemed too lofty because God is all up here. So I get I'm a child of God, but I can't get up here and I ain't snapping my fingers and I ain't parting the Red Sea. We make it seem so, but do you not understand that I have the ability to create? I am a creator. The same way that he crafted a Bible, I'm a communicator. I'm his child. All those attributes that he has. So then the hard yet easy part of success at that point in time, it wasn't about what we were talking about before about this preconceived definition of success. Now it's just about wait, all I gotta do is be better at being imperfect, a work in progress, and a child of God. That's success. That's what success was for me. So to realize, to be able for me to hone in on those three things and know that as a child of God, that entitles me, I want to make sure people catch that one. It entitles me to be something. Like I'm obligated to be something at that point in time. So whatever he obligates me to create, whatever he obligates me to communicate, whatever he obligates me to bless and be a part of, that's just simply where I get to be called. And now I get to let go of these things that was placed inside of me as a child. I can't, do you know, brother? I don't think I ever told anybody this. I'm going to tell you this. This will be the first one I told. For the longest time growing up, and you're not allowed to say I could see that when I'm done with this. For the longest time growing up, everybody in my family said, "Oh, you're going to be a great lawyer. Oh, you're going to be such a great lawyer." Oh my. And so of course, what did I tell people? I'm going to be a lawyer. When I went to school, what was I trying to be in school for? Pre-law? Absolutely. When I first got to college, guess what I found out? That wasn't for me.
Mm.
Here's the part that I'm gonna tell you that I ain't tell nobody else. Everybody knows I changed my degree major. Everybody knows I didn't become a lawyer. What everybody don't know is that I didn't stop being ashamed of that
Mm.
until I was
Wow.
well into my 40s. Just for context, brothers, I'm 47 right now. We're talking about within like the last 5 years, I've been able to not be ashamed as if I have some unmet measure of success that was placed on me. I've just stopped being ashamed of that within the past 5 years. I've just started accepting the fact that guess what, George, it is okay that you have chosen a life to work with men who are addicts, who are dealing with addictions, who want to be in a space of recovery, who need help, who are seeking God and trying to save families at the same time. I was ashamed that I wasn't that there was this one area of success that I couldn't meet that my family had placed out here for me.
Whew. That was that. Listen, it's funny you said that because I was supposed to be an accountant, and when I got to college after my first after the first class, actually it was funny because they had my first semester there. The class was actually from 6 to 10. So I want to let you know I only went to that class one time. Uh, so I think for me also, I think for me, I used to play the trumpet, and man, I was really, really good. And then I got really, really cool, and I stopped playing the trumpet. To this day, I regret that. I regret not being the baby Satchmo, what people used to always call me. But
Hmm.
I'm I'm gonna share with you guys the question I asked you. It could be like, where did we get this question from? So, or what is the purpose of this question? Coach G says something very powerful. He said identity. So we're talking about right now identity-based success. So this question attacks your identity-based success. Write that down. Identity-based success. See, because you understand if success is only what you own, if it's only what you earn, if it's only what you control, then your success is fragile. Wow. So a man's real
That's good.
success,
That's good.
yeah. So that means what, and I'm gonna give you a red flag, but let me tell you this: a man's real success is revealed when titles, money, and applauses are removed. Now, how do you know if your identity based success, if you're living your life on identity based success? Here's the first red flag: if your sense of worth collapses without external validation. If people are building you up and saying, oh, Silk, Will, oh, Ray, you man, you're doing so good, man. You got the cars, you got the man. If external, if I don't, if people are not giving me validating myself, validating me, my sense of worth collapse.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's a red flag. If that's happening to you, if nobody gives you your kudos, and because you didn't get your kudos, you're like, oh man, shoot, huh, huh. But here's the truth. Here's the truth. A successful man has an internal foundation that doesn't crumble under loss. Unpack that for me, Coach G. Unpack that for me. Unpack that for me. Because you're so articulate.
No,
But
no, no,
listen.
I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But I'm gonna sound real old though for people who are watching this right now. I'm about to sound real old here.
Hold on. Let me cut you off real second. No. Now, yes, sir. I listen. I can say this. You are, to me, one of the things I admire about you is you articulate and you break things down so eloquently. So it's powerful, but it's not hard. It's enlightening. It's easy to receive. So I want to give you your kudos. Yes, you are very articulate. And it's
I
okay
appreciate you,
for you
brother.
to accept that because I think that's one of the greatest things that's going to make Raise Corner Live is the fact that who you are, not who
Brother,
I am.
I appreciate it and I receive it. Thank you. Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
Thank you. But you know, man, with the idea of success not somehow being joined with failure. And when I said I'm gonna sound old for a minute here, right? I'm about to be somebody's paw real quick. Here's what happens the older we get, and let me use different language here. This is what happens when we get more mature in the Bible. You actually start paying attention. See, when we talk about this thing of success, even biblically, most people, if you ask them who was the most successful person in the Bible, hands down, I'm willing to bet my next check this Friday that 99.9% of everybody is going to say Solomon, and they're going to give Jesus an honorable mention. Somebody got to say Jesus just because I didn't say a successful man out of the Bible. They won't really want to be Jesus though. They don't want to be Jesus. They don't want to be homeless. They don't want to walk around with a bunch of strangers. They don't want to have to worry about being chased from city to city. What they want to do is sit up in a palace. And what they want to do is have, can I talk to the guys real quick? What you want to do is sit up with your wives and your concubines. What you want to do is sit up on the golden throne. What you want to do is have all these levels of abundance around you as a blessing and a sign from God because that's what it looked like with Solomon. But here's what happens when you get more mature in the Bible. You realize the most successful people in the Bible. Again, these are people who was most successful at getting God's word out. Brothers, can I tell y'all? They were all, number one, failures to begin with. And number two, they failed multiple times in doing the daggone job. I can't tell you how many times you'll sit here and read about Peter done got hemmed up in this city, he got hemmed up in this city, he done got caught over here, he done got beat up over here. And listen, I'm not saying this to scare men off about what success is. But when we're talking about identity-based success,
Mm,
that's what I wanted to bring this back to. The men in the Bible, when it comes to the ones that stuck to their identity, those are the ones that did the real work. The men that we want to gravitate to in the Bible, and when you get more mature, you'll realize that their identity got lost with the riches. We wonder why right now it is such a visible thing that we're seeing so many men who have reached so many levels of success. They've reached these heights that we look at and we say, if I could just get half, if I could just get a tenth of what this person has achieved. But yet we still turn around and we see all these men fall. But here's what men are really saying to themselves: I would be different.
mm.
I wouldn't be like him though, God. If you gave me $1 billion, God, I'm not going to act like him. If you give me $1 million, God, I won't act like him. You give me, listen, the way the gap most people are missing when we're looking at identity based success is that we're also seeing that when people become successful absent of their identity, they are having identity based failures. Like the men, we see these men. Think about it. Think about
That's
it.
good. That's
Every
good. That's
time we've
good.
seen these men of success become successful is under one identity that they present to us. But the moment they fall, that's when we see what their real what identity shows then. Listen, this ain't new news, man. This been happening in the Bible. Go read your Bible. It's a couple books about this. Chronicles got it, Book of Kings got it. You will see king after king that start off with one identity, but sooner or later, their identity, their real identity, is why the failure happens. So for a lot of you men right now listening, you wondering why you keep losing stuff right now. You wondering why you keep getting caught. You wondering why, how come I can't do what he's doing over here down the street, and how come I got caught, but men, you are dealing with identity-based failures. And you're too busy trying to find a way to be successful outside of your own identity. So the worst parts of your identity is actually what's bringing you to these failure moments right now. So when we don't find success, I just had a conversation early today with someone, and he was questioning doing his own business venture because he's like, well, the market looks like this, and they got this already with games, and they got this like this. So if I do it, I don't know what that's going to look like. But part of that conversation was two things. One, this actually makes you happy. Like you didn't think about this idea because you said this is the new revenue stream that's going to be for my family. No, this is part of your identity. You have a genuine interest in this. Who cares what the market looks like? This is what identity-based success is. Because of your identity, you pursued it and you saw it all the way through. The other side of that coin is you don't know exactly how God chose to use that to begin with. I'm in the same exact space. Today, the whole world is flooded with the aspect and the ideas of coaches and addiction. And even now, the new catch thing is about sex and porn addiction. Been doing that for the last 10 years. But all of a sudden now, that's the newest rave. We got no problem with commercials out about it or anything along those lines. I deal with the same stuff. It's a flooded market out here. Guess what? My identity is rooted in this. I'm not doing this work to get the additional money. That'd be great. Don't get it twisted. I want to make it profitable, but at the same time, my identity is about my recovery because that's my imperfection that allows me to continue to be a perfect work. That's me. This is my identity. So I have to be able to pursue it no matter what it looks like because I'm going to be successful with my identity. I can't switch up right now and go into IT. I can't start doing coding. And it's not from a lack of intellect, it's from a lack of identity. I'm not a doctor. We just talked about it. I could go back to school, knock out law school, get my JD. I'm not a lawyer though. That's not my identity.
I think we lost your sound.
No, I'm right here, brother. That was it.
Oh,
I
there
was
we
just,
go.
I was just,
Okay,
I
gotcha.
just cut it. I just cut it. I was like, we can go on here, but I'm trying to be better coming into each call. You know, I gotta learn to mute my own mic from time to time.
And see, here's the thing. It's I believe now one of the things that I really want us to like focus on, like it really is no rush. There really is no time limit
Oh
on
man,
any question,
that is
because
so.
the most important thing is that we we give the information, we give the solutions, we allow men to identify that they're not alone. Like it's okay if we don't get through all the three questions. It don't matter, you know. So it's most important. Are we helping to transform lives?
Mhm.
And so I'm gonna go to the second question. And before I get you to answer it, or before I answer it, I want to tell you why this question is what it is. Second question is what you're chasing costing you the man you're supposed to become? And that last word become is very powerful. That means I'm not it.
Mm,
And that means I'll never be it because I'll keep becoming because until Jesus comes. So I'm ever growing. I'm ever evolving. I'm a living organism that's always changing, right? That's always developing. That's always moving forward. If
mm,
I'm a new creature means every time I take a step, it's a step I never took before.
mhm, mhm,
So I can't. So I want to share this with my brothers. So a lot of times we say, "Well, man, I'm just like that, man. I'm just like that." No, if you're a new creature, you're not like that. You just remember who you were. That is no longer who you are. So
mhm,
when I ask this question, what is what you're chasing costing you the man you're supposed to be? And the purpose of this question is to confront the price of success. This question, what is it going to cost you to be successful? Because many men, you know, we achieve goals like the things that we do, right? But quietly, watch this. We get the woman, we get the car, we get the job, we get all those things. But quietly, we're losing our health. But quietly, we're losing our integrity. But quietly, we're losing our family. And quietly, we're losing our peace.
mhm.
Success that demands self-betrayal is not success. I'm betraying who I am. I'm going against who my nature. I'm going against the purpose that God has for my life. I'm going against the plan. See, when I'm going after these goals, and the trade-off is like failure. So let me give you a red flag. You're winning, but you're constantly tired, irritated, or disconnected. And the truth of the matter is, real success strengthens the man. It doesn't hollow him out. Hmm.
You
So
know,
go ahead, coach.
and then I use this kind of jump in here for a little bit, man. But so my client earlier today. I mean, we talk about a couple different things. I'm not going to go into like the main root of it, but part of this dialogue that I'm having with my client earlier tonight, he says he's sharing how his son is going through a breakup, um, and his son was emotional about the breakup. And he, on the other hand, is like, I don't get why you're so freaking emotional about this breakup. Like, you're in college right now, you joined a frat. Like, I mean, you should have broke up with her ahead of time. Like, I don't know why you're tripping about it right now. And I'm listening to him, right? And the one thing that's coming into my head as I'm listening to him is that I'm like, where did this lack of empathy, come from? Listen, me and you can talk and we get it, young heartbreak, oh man, I get how you're feeling, but how he was really almost upset that his son was so distraught about this. I'm bringing that up because as we were talking, that behavior pattern for him, his connection to it is that, hey, look, I remember I dealt with that with my dad. It wasn't no whole big conversation about the breakup. You break up, you move on to the next girl. Ain't that how it's supposed to be? Now, why am I saying this right now as it pertains to chasing success and not really, becoming the person you're supposed to be? Is because and I want to help the men right now with this. So this is going to help you guys a little bit, okay? For a moment, assume that you got it wrong. Here's what I mean. Here's what I mean. From the moment you're born until the moment you become school age, you're under the primary influence of your parents, whatever parental figures you may have at that point in time. From the moment you go into school age, your primary influence is going to be either your teaching structure or the peers in your schoolroom. This is who you're spending most of your waking hours with. This is when we're talking about influence, both consciously and subconsciously. Right now, you are born with a whole preset identity, with a preset if you will, even beacon that says this is what you are supposed to be. But you get born and you don't get left alone with your beacon, you get parents. So you got parents until you're in school who are influencing you up until you go to school. Then we get into school. So for approximately 12 to 13 years, we are receiving a secondary level of influence from our educators, from the peers. We have a tertiary level of influence happening from the community and the environment that we live in. We take all of that, we formulate what success is based on that. And we take that at age 18 and we rush into the world. And we say, based on what I've gotten out of these 18 years, where my mind wasn't even my mind, because again, you had parents around you in the very beginning. From parents, you were primarily influenced by your educators and your peers. Stop thinking that you had an independent brain coming into age 18. There was nothing independent about any part that you was thinking and coming into age 18. Not one thought was yours. Not one. I don't care what you said you chose to do. I don't care about you choosing your sexual orientation. You decided to choose this high school. You chose this peer group. I promise you, that's the lie that you operated with for decades, thinking that you chose every bit of your life. But you didn't. There was influences 24/7 impacting you. So when you get into that awakening, what I call that awakening period, when you reach around your mid to late 30s, coming into your 40s, you start looking at things a little bit differently. So when I go back and I tell you guys, listen for a minute, accept that you might have got it wrong. It's because it's not until you get to that awakening period that you're able to finally say, wait a minute, what the heck do I want to be?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Break that
Like,
down.
like what does that even here's how we know the what we're chasing to become is such a fluid thing, and it is something that we have no real understanding of it. Because up until say age 10, all we want to be is a daggone superhero. That's it. I want to be Batman. I want to be Superman. I'm Spider-Man. That's it. Age 10, we want to be a fictional character. Like, I don't even know if most of us think about that right now. Then, from 10 to about our mid 20s, we now want to be this entertainer or this athlete. We want to be this non-fictional person that is unattainable. This is how we are crafting what identity, what success, who we are supposed to be. So we pursue all of this. Most of us struggled with unmet failures for the next decade because most of us don't become the athlete, we don't become the entertainer. None of us became the superhero. Nobody here got a back cave. Nobody here is allergic to kryptonite. It's not happening. Sorry. So by the time we deal with those disappointments in life, and you almost accept that, hey, I can't be what I thought I was supposed to be, I have to let that dream now go. That's when you start really understanding what are the pieces of me. You really take a step back to say, wait a minute, I've been chasing peace. I've been
Hmm.
chasing happiness. I thought what I saw in school was supposed to get me to peace and I thought the sports, I thought being the entertainer, I thought what my mom and my daddy told me was all designed to bring me. Do you know what the percentages is? Like if we had, I wish that one person would really take a study of the percentage of children that are coming out of households that can actually state and define that they are happy.
Hmm.
Or if you just know how to make others happy. Most
That's
of us
good.
growing up, we we
That's
we
good.
we,
That's
we get
good.
we get so lost chasing our identity because we've been chasing someone else's happiness. We've been chasing someone else's peace. I mean, think about it. What do we hear from every athlete, entertainer when they make it big? I finally retired my mama. We're chasing someone else's peace, someone else's happiness. And then you look up and you see the same daggone athlete out here in a daggone farm, happy as a pig in a blanket on a tractor trailer, not touching a daggone basketball. Because he finally said, what makes me happy? What brings me peace? And then you realize here's the real game too, and this is why I say it's important what we just discussed with the Bible. Here's where the feelings really get hurt. You realize that, dang, the things that bring me happiness and peace don't always come with maybe the world's biggest check. And now I got to negotiate how the world has defined success, how my community defines success, how my peer group defines success, how my parents define success with my revelation that, wait a minute, the things that actually bring me happiness, the things that actually bring me peace, the things that don't have me living in a state of chaos and anxiety in the pursuit of this thing that I'm trying to get to. Wait a minute. This is, it's like a 180 compared to everybody else. So
Let
when
me
we
let
get
me
to
let me
this
let me jump
point,
right
I'm
in.
sorry, go right ahead. Go right ahead, man.
Listen, you said so. Here's the thing. I'm sitting here and I'm listening, and it's like my success is defined by what makes you happy.
Mm-hmm.
My, so our solution is my success is not based on anything other than what brings me peace, joy, and purpose in life. It's not based on watch this. Here's the question. Who is better because you exist, and who is worse because you don't show up fully?
Mm,
And
mm,
here it is. See, this particular last question, it measures our impact, not our income. Or were you impactful when you listen? Have you ever went to a funeral and then they say, if do anybody have any words to say about the person, and hardly nobody walks up? And then you go to some funerals where you had to tell people, okay, okay, we got to cut it off. What
mm-hmm.
type of, if you were to die right now, what type of impact have you did to your community, your city, your family? Listen, I want to take away the family part. I don't even want to because the family part is what we're supposed to do. It's not the end of all. It's the beginning of what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to impact our family. Right. Bam. But after that, that is just the beginning. That is not the end. So I'm going to remove family out of this equation. And what have you impacted, right? What How many lives have changed just based on your character or your integrity, based on the success that you have walked in, based on what God calls successful for your life? See, because understand, success isn't proven by what we accomplish. It's proven by what we contribute. What have you contribute, right? That changes the lives of people. That
Mm,
that when you contribute something, somebody's life got better. Because you didn't contribute, somebody's life got worse. Because you didn't say what you were supposed to say, because you used false humility, because you believe to be successful, I need to be very humble. But your false humility will keep you hurting people. Well, you will not be who all you can be for somebody because their soul's attached to you and they'll never see Christ, they'll never see a good business, they'll never see whatever they need to see unless they see it in your life.
mm,
How many times have you agreed with something that you know was wrong?
mm.
See, when we see a successful man consistently takes responsibility. I should leave people stronger. I should leave people stronger, not smaller. My life should just not just benefit me, but it should be benefiting others. I leave a trail of growth. I leave a trail of growth and not damage. When I was out there in the world for those 20 years, I left a trail of damage. Man, I used to mess with some women. They were so nice and petite. And when I got done with a man, every man after me got it, got it, got it.
Mm.
I left a trail of destruction. How many people? Listen. How many people didn't get better because I didn't show up? Ask my son, ask my daughter, ask my
Yep.
kids,
Yep.
ask my mom, ask my cousins. So the question is, are you willing to be more impactful in the lives of other people to measure your success? Or are you going to continue to measure your success by what you have, by your income, by all those things? I'm gonna turn it over to you, coach.
Listen, it's only you mentioned one thing, and I just want to have touch on it just briefly. We talked about this sphere of influence that helps to shift how it is that we view success, and then you mentioned something that was really key, and you discussed children. All right, you discuss like families and well, not specifically children, but you discuss families. But that reminded me of this. I think this is an important and I'm gonna say this. And brothers, some of y'all gonna get real triggered when I say this. I'm giving you a heads up right now. Some of you are defining success by the well-being of your children.
Mm.
Some of you are defining success based on the type of household your children. Let me go ahead and get real specific. Let me get real detailed right now. Let me just say it for what it is. Some of y'all have said I am successful because I stuck it out with my partner. I did it for the kids.
Yeah.
Now listen, I'm not telling everybody to pack up and hurry up and run and get your divorce. By all means, I want every relationship to work out. But you mentioned something in that are you are you serving people by showing up or by not showing up? Like I know I'm paraphrasing a bit right now. But brothers, I'm telling you right now, if you are sticking it out in a toxic environment for the sake of your child is not seeing you show up as the best version of you every single day. I think there's a part, and I'm gonna say this next part specifically to black men, because it's the only thing I can relate with y'all. We have to stop connecting or saying that a level of struggle is so indicative to my level of success. We have to stop saying that this level of of chaos and conflict we experience in our homes is somehow a part of the process of success. We're not showing up for our your kids are not watching daddy be great at home dealing with the bad situation. By the way, this goes for women as well if you're watching this as well, ladies. Listen, no, don't stick it out just because you're like, hey, look, the child should be around. Listen, if it's a toxic, a dangerous situation you all are in, we've connected these ideals so much. So I'm not going to say too long on that. But again, the way we have defined success, it will cause people to sometimes stay in the most unhealthy dynamics strictly with the pursuit of this thing called success. So, like I said, we'll jump into the next one, but I just wanted to quickly kind of just touch on that. I told y'all it was going to be triggering. Brothers, do not cut this up. Go in front of your girl and say, "Hey, Coach G said I got to pack up and leave." Don't you do that. Don't do that.
I
That's
heard
not
it,
what just
y'all. I
happened
heard
here.
it. I heard him say that.
That's not what just happened here. That's not what just happened here.
Give him your final words, and then I'm gonna give him mine. This hour goes so fast, man. Give me your final thoughts, Coach.
Listen, brothers, final thoughts is number one. I love every last one of y'all that's out here listening to this right now. I not only appreciate your journey, I empathize and sympathize with the journey that you're taking to be a better man. Tune in, lock us in, tap in, drop your comments. Listen, men, and I'm so serious about this. We got some experience here, we got some knowledge here, some awareness here, but we don't got everything up here. So if there's an aspect that you're dealing with in your journey to manhood and however that might look that you ain't think that we touched on, drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Here's the only ask I got for anybody that's watching this. Send to one other man. There's got to be at least one brother you know that you are concerned about how they are pursuing their measure of success. Send to them. I didn't tell y'all to subscribe. He gonna do that. I didn't tell y'all to like it. He gonna do that. I'm simply saying update us with areas to keep talking. And if there's one other brother that you know of that is on a track of success or really wants success, send this to them.
Listen, I'm gonna leave y'all with this redefining success. This is our core definition, right? Success is a man living in alignment with who he is, taking responsibility for his life and producing results that outlive him. Success is knowing who you are, owning what you're responsible for, finishing what you start, keeping your word, and being dependable under pressure. It's not about dominance, it's about discipline. It's not about proving, it's about producing. Before you start chasing that next goal, ask yourself, am I building a life or just escaping insecurity? Am I becoming more grounded or more performance based? Am I respected because of consistency or fear because of position? This your guy Ray coming to you live all the way from here. We're here right chair, and I'm here with Coach G is in the house because we understand this. A man doesn't need more success. He needs more accurate definition of what success is. And we're going to get ready to get out of here. And like we always say here at Ray's Corner Live with my guy, Coach G, God loves you and I love you. And guess what? Ain't nothing you can do about it. Peace out.